You get a menopause.
And we are a go.
Ooh, and welcome back to another episode of Whysosidious, a Nerd Podcast. Today our episode is called Nerd Therapy, and it's just laying back, talking theories, maybe some weird questions about nerd stuff, MCU, DCU, Star Wars, whatever it is, open conversation. It's one of my favorite styles of episodes here. It's a lot of fun. Here with me are Caleb and David. We have just released our May the 4th Star Wars episode. We got our Bane trilogy review, all three books, Path of Destruction, Dynasty of Evil, The Rule of Two. We covered that with a special guest named Cody, an OG fan of ours who, that was a lot of fun. So, to follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at whysosidiouspod, also YouTube. And let's just jump into it. So today I have a ton of villain stuff. It just happened that way. I didn't plan it that way, but that's how it happened. So I actually want to start with... All right, I got a list of about 9-10 lists of villains. So a quick, who do you think we will see first on the big screen? Okay, this is MCU, DCU. And we're going to start with Mr. Sinister or Mephisto. Big screen appearance, who we seeing first?
Mephisto. Because I think he's confirmed for something. I don't remember if it was Ironheart or if it was Agatha.
Is Borat playing him? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah.
That's
Baron
weird.
Cohen will be playing him, but I don't know when that's coming out. But I'll go with Mephisto.
What was the other option again?
Mr. Sinister, which I think it was confirmed. So that question is a bust. The rest of them should not be. And now here's the next one. So a new MCU Dr. Octopus. And this one I think is less likely both ways. But if we saw either one first, who is it going to be? A new Dr. Octopus or Noel?
Our boy.
I was actually looking up like when the Marvel characters were first created, and Noel's like super new. He was created
brand
in
new,
2017 or 14. Yeah.
Something like that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought
brand
he was
new.
like this classic character that you've always been waiting for, but he's like brand new.
I didn't know that either, actually.
Right. What's cool is he's tied directly to Thor, and when they brought Nolan to the picture, it brought so much lore because he was trying to create symbiotes and created Necro, the Black Sword, which ended up in Gore's possession, which is why that sword acts like a symbiote in the comics, more like Hela's did in Ragnarok, the movie. That's so he created that thing, and then symbiotes came after that. It's a crazy story. It came with a lot of lore, but he's cool. I want to see him bad.
That's so wild that he originated with the Thor story, but he's the origin of Venom. Like, that's wild.
Yeah, he first showed up in Venom, and then Thor expanded on it.
Oh, okay.
Now let's switch over to DCU. In full uniform, Nightwing or Red Hood?
Nightwing.
Nightwing.
I guess these aren't
Come on.
villains either. Yeah, I would think Nightwing too. But we don't. Dude, they're going weird places with Robin. Damien's the first one in this universe. Apparently, we'll see. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Sinestro or Bane? A new Bane in the DCU.
Wow.
Sinestro.
You're going Sinestro, I'll go Bane.
No, remind me who's Sinestro again?
Oh, he's the Green Lantern.
I know
enemy.
who Sinestro is, but for the
people at home, he is
Nice.
He's basically the main enemy of Hal Jordan. He's the Yellow Lantern or Yellow Ring homeboy. JD could probably explain.
Oh,
I don't know why
he was in the. He was in the movie with Ryan Reynolds. When Ryan Reynolds played him, that was that pink faced guy.
Okay.
Purple.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Sinestro then.
Mr. Sinestro.
Mr.
Nice.
Sinestro, I'm mixing characters.
That's Professor Sinestro to you, son. I'll go Bane.
Yeah.
Maybe he pops up in a Penguin.
Ooh.
Oh, that would be sick. Yeah, even if he's just in Arkham Asylum, I'd say that counts. Just a shot of him at all.
Yeah.
But I think there's a good chance we'll see Sinestro in the Lantern series. And that's the only thing that gets... I want to go with Sinestro, too.
True.
Mr. Freeze or Tim Drake at all. Doesn't even have to be Robin. Who are we going to see? And let's include the Batman universe, the Reeves universe. Who are we going to see on screen first, Mr. Freeze or Tim Drake?
You're muted.
No. I said, God, I hope Mr. Freeze. I don't care at all about Tim Drake.
Isn't it like the third Robin? Like a couple.
He's
Might be
the
fourth.
third. I don't know if it's Stephanie Brown or him first. He was before Damian, though. Damian came after him.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he was Robin while Damian when Damian came and showed up to Batman. God, I can't talk. Tim Drake was already Robin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to see Mr. Freeze too, because all we've gotten is Arnold. So we need a better person.
Yeah.
Better Mr. Freeze than that.
Right. I was gonna bring it up later. It's really short, but I was thinking in the Reeves universe with all like this. If they said Hush might be the villain, then it had me thinking that would feel kind of repetitive. And a Mr. Freeze character would be perfect because there's so much emotional depth to his character. His whole thing is saving his wife, which is something we could all relate to. You know, like it's not just a murder mystery for the sake of people dying. It's like there's a depth behind this villain, and I'd love to see that. You know, it differentiate. Yeah, you know, if you do Hush again, what's the difference? He looks like the Riddler.
Yeah.
The way that the Riddler was portrayed. Just another serial killer.
But when they do Mr. Freeze, we need at least one ice or cold pun. Just one.
Do we know?
I want them to perfect it. Like just nail the perfect ice pun. Do you know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Just bring it back. Just bring that line
Yeah,
back.
let's do that again. Now this one's weird and very comic-y and multiversal, but you're familiar with the Maker. Dave, at least, right? The evil Reed Richards.
Yes.
And the Batman who laughs. All right, evil universe or multiversal Batman. So, who do you think we could see first? In the MCU, the Maker, or the Batman who laughs in the DCU?
Wow. Maker. I don't know. I mean, James Gunn, I guess he would be the one to greenlight some type of Batman Who Laughs project, but I'll go with the Maker.
Okay, would like an animated movie count? Because if animated counts, I would go Batman.
Oh, live action.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
I think the Maker might be possible kind of soon, dude. What if the Fantastic Four movie is... What if they just are the Ultimate Universe? You know, because that was leading towards Secret Wars in the comics. We started meeting these characters from the Ultimate Universe, and the Fantastic Four were a big part of that. And I wonder if they have any plans for one big universe to be like up against our universe the way that the comics did. You know, the Ultimate Universe versus 616, basically. I don't think they'll play around with it, but we don't know what to expect from this Fantastic Four movie. And that would be a sick villain. Especially you got Pedro Pascal. What if they hired him and said, hey, you're also going to play a villain in a few years, you know?
That as if the role wasn't juicy enough to take over. Like, you get that thrown into the future contract. That'd be wild.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, I think we could see him. I think we could see the Maker.
Yeah. Okay, then one more. We're going to go with the DCU, a new Joker. I don't think that's very likely very soon, considering Matt Reeves has a Joker. He's probably going to play more of a role in the Batman 2. But then again, it's the Joker, and you absolutely need a Joker in Gotham at some point, right? So DCU Joker or Apocalypse in the MCU.
Oh, God. Well, there's been some news about Apocalypse in the MCU recently.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Geek. I'm not very
saw the
happy
headline.
about it. I mean, we can,
Yeah.
if that's what's
Yeah.
going to happen, I pray that it's not Apocalypse first. And my brain just blanked. What was the DC?
Joker.
Joker, right? Oh God, I feel like we'll probably get another Joker. I feel
First.
like studios just can't pull
Right.
it off.
That's a good point.
Right.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Max, whatever, Disney Plus, Hulu, whatever what's going on there now, will definitely be like, yeah, you know, Brave and the Bold was a good movie, but we're gonna need the Joker in the second one.
better.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Apocalypse, but you got me switching only because the X-Men are gonna be prominent here pretty soon. After X-Men '97, that got the hype up. I think X-Men are coming sooner than we
Before
thought.
Secret Wars.
It did.
I think, yeah.
Got the hyped up, and we got Moon Knight. We got. We already got an Egyptian kind of base in the MCU going right now.
Oscar Isaac too.
You could tag, and I think there was an Easter egg to Apocalypse in Moon Knight. I think one of the guys was wearing like a jean jacket or some type of. I thought there was an Easter egg regarding Apocalypse in there, but yeah, it could be.
Oscar Isaac plays both characters.
Oh yeah, maybe that was it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
That's so weird.
And this one little section, out of these 5 characters, and you're going to see a commonality in the MCU. Which one will we see again first on the big screen? And tell me what that commonality is. Mordo, White Vision, a Celestial, Hercules, or Scorpion. Get any?
Post-credit scenes, I would imagine. That's one.
Just villains that have been teased that we haven't seen again. That's all it is.
That's fair.
I might be missing one.
Another villain that's been teased that's just been left.
Can you say it again?
The Mandarin has been teased too. Add him to the list.
What is it? Mordo, Celestial?
Mordo, because in Doctor Strange, the end credit was he was wanting to go kill some
Right.
sorcerers.
Right.
White Vision. We know about that. Celestial's coming back for Judgment. Hercules is there. And then Scorpion says he's going to throw people's heads in dryers. But we haven't seen him either.
So
which
one will we see first?
Yeah, who do you think?
I'm going to say WandaVision. I mean,
White Vision?
because WandaVision was so long ago. Like,
I think
it's about time. Like, what has he been doing this whole time? So let's get back to some White Vision.
I think so
And
too.
Wanda.
I think we'll see White Vision.
Yeah, I would say that too because we kind of, even though it wasn't the same Mordo, they kind of went back to the Mordo well real quick with Multiverse of Madness. And they're probably, I mean, he's not that great of a character to keep going back to for another main project, in my personal opinion. So they kind of cheated, though, because that wasn't the same guy hunting down the sorcerers. But, yeah, I'll go with White Vision, too. And that's what I want to see most. I want to see what the hell's going on with, philosophical White Vision, man. I want to know what he's thinking.
Yeah. Talk to me about Theseus' ship. I love it.
Boats and shit.
I'd probably want to see the Celestials. Just because the Celestials are so freaking epic and, that's going to be crazy.
And what's been going on since Eternals? There's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
While we're talking about it real quick, I was maybe going to throw it, and we could throw it out right now. There's rumor that, Galactus is supposed to be in Fantastic Four, the main villain. Right. And there's rumor that his plot in this is he's seeking out planets that have a celestial seed in them, and that's what he's eating and feasting off of, is planets that have that celestial seed that we found out about in the Eternals. So that would be kind of cool. I think that's a creative little plot point.
But isn't
That would be sick.
the Celestial, didn't he sacrifice himself?
Well, that
Isn't he
one, but
dead?
they're all over. I mean,
Well,
I think
different-
they're across the universe.
Oh, yeah, a different planet,
Yeah.
not 616.
You don't think
Maybe
he's
making
coming to
his
Earth?
way over there, and he doesn't know that he's already half-hatched in the Indian Ocean.
Okay. He's like, it's too late now. I've already
Oh,
made
what the
trip.
hell?
Didn't they cast the guy officially? Or is that not a thing?
It was rumored that Javier Bardem was leading the casting for Galactus, but
Lisa Al-Gaib.
it's confirmed. Lisa Al-Gaib.
It's written. Cool. Go ahead and take the floor. What do you guys got?
Should we go with our little top 5? Anyone?
do it.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna do our. This is a good question for the listeners out there to get kind of what kind of show really tickles us. So we're gonna go with our top 5 seasons of television, or excuse me, single seasons of television, pound for pound, fandom or not, and we are limiting ourselves to 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. I know I would probably have at least 2 on there, but I just did 1. So your top 5 seasons of television. Dave, why don't you kick it off?
Yeah, this was tough, mainly because I know I'm going to leave stuff out just because a lot of the really, really good shows, that I watched were 10 years or more ago. And since, recently it's been a lot more fandom focused as far as watching shows go. But I was able to put together a list that I felt pretty good about. So the top 2 are the only ones that are actually ranked, because the bottom 3, I got no rank for them. But my number 1, I know what it is, and that's True Detective Season 1. My all-time best season single season of any television show. Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson. I mean, it's just incredible, dude. It's just every episode is so engaging, and they absolutely, both of them have the performance of their lives. So I got True Detective season 1 at the top there. Game of Thrones season 4, which is my favorite season after I combed through the episodes to see everything that happened. But I mean, you got Tyrion, his hand, Joffrey's death, trial by combat at the end, the battle at the wall. It's an amazing season of television. So Game of Thrones is going to be up there regardless. It was just about which season I wanted to have represented, because obviously Game of Thrones is insane. And then I got The Office season 4, because that's the best season of The Office, and The Office is the best sitcom show ever in history, best comedy show ever in history, season 4. And then my bottom 2 are Daredevil season 2 and Breaking Bad season 5 to round off the list.
Oh, Daredevil season 2.
Punisher,
I
Kingpin,
gotta finish it.
Elektra.
Oh,
Cannot
spoiler
have it.
alert! No, I'm kidding.
What? It's been months, man. What are you doing?
I fell off, honestly. No OLI, just straight top 5.
Oh, yeah, real quick, OLI Chernobyl, incredible miniseries, but that might be recency bias, but it was great. And then Lost season 1 is an all-timer. The show fizzled out insanely, but when that show dropped, it was insane. And Deadwood season 1, a show that might be the most criminally canceled series in all of TV history, but that show is incredible. It's such a bummer they canceled after 3 seasons, because there was a story to keep telling. But man, if you haven't seen it, even though it's hard to commit to a show doesn't really have a wrap up to it, even though they made a movie 10 years after, it's still, I'd say it's worth it. Season 1's incredible.
Oh yeah, it's a good top 5.
Top 5.
JD.
Seasons was hard for me. To remember which ones, especially for Game of Thrones, like 2 through 5 are, they were all so good.
Right.
Like the first one I thought of, I think David had picked the best one, but I thought originally of season 2, because Tyrion just became Hand, starts putting Joffrey in his place, and it's so funny watching that. And the corruption with like Littlefinger and the super old Maester, saying how he's gonna put Marcella, Pycelle, but he's talking about putting what's her name into different countries or whatever, different states to find out who.
Plan.
Yeah, that plan, and then the fire. The dragon fire, very epic Blackwater battle. So that was my season there. And then I'll go with, I want to throw a Sons of Anarchy season in there, and I think I want to say season 3. Is that mostly when like the DEA was down their throats, but Jax really, got them back, really, did a couple clever tricks that were just savage. Ozark season 1. Got to throw that up there. That show pulled me in so hard, like from the get-go. Episode 1, for Christ's sake. So that's my Game of Thrones, Ozark, Sons of Anarchy, definitely The Office. And I thought of season 3, I think it was, when they finally, like, the cringy awkwardness was lessened a little bit, and just the pure humor started getting amped up. But again, that's super hard to pick a season. And then I'm gonna have to go with
season 1 of The Office isn't that great when you compare it to the rest of the show. Season 1 isn't amazing.
When you compare it to the rest, it's not. But after you've watched them all and you love the show, and then you go back and watch episode 1, they got away with some stuff. They kind of pushed the line in a few of those like jokes with offensive. Really? Like, it was very dry, but there were a few jokes where it's like, oh my god, that was pretty intense. For
to
the
Phyllis or Stanley. A couple.
I like it. I like the list.
All right, how many is that? Is that 3?
Oh no, that was 4.
Game of Thrones, Sons of Anarchy.
I guess I gotta throw Daredevil. I'm gonna do Daredevil season 2 also. That's so clutch, dude. The rooftop scene, the courtroom scene, not to mention all the action, Kingpin and Punisher in jail scene. Like, let's go with season 2 Daredevil.
Oh yeah,
that's a good list. All right, well I have a couple OLIs too. I got Prison Break season 1. Hey, remember that show? I had to give shout out to Prison Break back in the 2000s, back when you had to be at your television Monday night at 8 o'clock, or you would never see, you'd miss the show and you wouldn't be able to see it again.
Done for.
And then Walking Dead season 1. No, we gotta give a little Walking Dead love. I mean, that show was kind of the start of being obsessed with shows the way we are. Like, you know what I mean?
Kind of was. The Talking Dead, like it spawned a lot of the first podcasts that were following shows, and it was until we got burnt out. That was an incredible show.
And then I've talked about it before, Haunting of Hill House. That's a horror show on Netflix. Wow. It's one of the scariest shows I've ever seen with like the multiple timelines that they tie together with the plot twist at the end. It's just really good show.
Okay.
And then top 5, I'm going to go with South Park Season 10. I had to throw a South Park season in there.
I was wondering.
And, dude, this season, it has the Smug Alert, where everyone moves to San Francisco and gets the Priuses. You have the Cartoon Wars with Family Guy. A Million Little Fibers, the Tally episode with Oprah and her minge and her asshole. And Tally, of course. And Man Bear Pig with Al Gore. World of Warcraft episode.
Oh, wow.
Satan's Birthday Party, and Cartman freezing himself before the Wii comes out. So it's like every episode is an all-timer. So I had to pick Season 10. And I went with The Boys Season 2. I think it kind of just built on Season 1. I had to throw a little fandom in there. Just the chaos that happens with Homelander getting crazier, Stormfront, like Season 2's fire. Would you guys say that's your favorite season of The Boys?
I think Season 1 is
They're all
my
fire,
favorite.
but
I think they got progressively worse
know.
for me, but I still loved them all.
I thought the action was way better in Season 3.
That's
but
true. That's true.
I think I like the story in Season 2 more. Yeah, but it's tough.
And I have a Game of Thrones Season 4 as well, for all the same reasons. Plus, you find out that Maester Aemon is a Targaryen, which is a pretty crazy scene right before the battle happens. Dany captures Meereen, which is also sick, where she burns the
Dracarys.
slavers and ties them all up. And then you also have the Hound and all. The Hound and Arya in Season 4 is so sick. Just their like banter back and forth, and them going through the meadows together, just talking shit. Like, great scenes. Just the little stuff in that season is so good too.
Yeah.
And then I do have True Detective Season 1 as well. Just a great show, great cast. And my last one, this wouldn't be number. I think Game of Thrones would be number 1, but my last one in the top 5. You got to give love to Westworld Season 1. Come on.
I never finished it. I got 2 episodes
JD, you ever
left.
seen Westworld?
Not a minute of it.
Oh man, dude, it's about like the theme park where there's all the robots in the like it's a Western world, and it's like AI robots. You can go like you can basically fuck them, kill them, fucking do anything you want to them. But the main character is one of the robots, and you like see her story. She's like an innocent little like barn girl, and you go through her like daily life, and she gets like brutally killed at the end, and then it starts back over the next morning where she wakes up again like, all right, here we go, like doing my, and it's like the same loop going on, and like Anthony Hopkins is like the fool who runs it all, and Jeffrey Wright is like his assistant.
There's hella twists, right?
Dude, the first season is phenomenal. Season 2, 3, and 4, it progressively gets like, it's Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, so he's like, it gets to Inception like where things get crazy, but the first season is amazing.
Straight up. I want to finish it. I didn't stop because I didn't like it. I do remember being like, oh, and Ed Harris's character, like it was getting super interesting. I just got pulled
the
off
fucking plot
for
twist
Game
with
of
Ed
Thrones.
Harris.
Oh, well, I don't know if I know it yet, so shut up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You better watch. It's not on anything. I took it off. It's not on Max.
It's not on Max?
No.
What? It's an original. What?
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch it.
Like tax breaks.
I forgot. I was trying to watch Westworld. It's not on Max. Yeah, I've tried a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
So they created the show,
think,
and it's still not on there streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm angry.
Maybe Prime will pick it up.
Okay. I did want to say real quick, we're talking about Game of Thrones and the best seasons, and something I stumbled across while I was looking at the seasons and be like, which one's the best? You wouldn't believe what season is the highest rated season on IMDb.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Season 7.
That's
all
ridiculous.
that trash talk. All that trash talk. I told you it wasn't a bad season of television. It just was bad because of season 8.
What show was that again?
Yeah, it was
Game of Thrones.
Oh,
season 7.
Season 7's the highest rated series or season out of all that, which I was surprised.
Battle of the Bastards?
I'm not going to not use it.
That's 6.
That's 6. 7 was Loot Train.
oh yeah, 7 wasn't
Going
great.
Beyond the Wall.
Yeah, the mission to get the...
It was still good.
It wasn't amazing.
It was
I just
good.
thought it was a
still
good
good.
season, and Caleb says it's a bad one, so I always defend it.
I liked
because
it. Too.
it's only because it was highly rated because there's no filler, and every episode is like this big event, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like okay,
Yeah, they're all 9s. Yeah.
which is good, but then you miss out on some of the character development. But it's like entertaining.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was cool. Let me throw you. I'll throw you a quick one, and then I got one more. How about we're gonna do a quick nerd octagon? 100 General Grievuses versus 5 Hulks.
Oh, 5 Hulks, easy.
I mean,
easy,
Yeah.
easy. One Hulk.
Easy, you think so?
One Hulk.
shockwaves. Just
One Hulk.
shockwaves across. Grievous is dead.
Bring 1,000 Grievuses.
Yeah.
It seemed so random. I thought I'd try it out.
I like it. I like where
You're gonna need a Star Destroyer or Death Star versus Hulk. That's sick. Still taking Hulk.
Oh God, Jesus!
Can you imagine him punching through the Death Star, all the walls, just
Jumping to space.
run.
Big monster.
Darth Vader. It's not Darth Vader this time. All right, so
All right.
let me.
Final one. So we're gonna.
Okay,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
Somebody speak.
Okay, so it's the end of the world, and you're headed to your bunker, right? Maybe I haven't played too much Fallout lately, but
Yeah.
you're on your way to the bunker, and on the side of the road, you see this DVD salesman. Business hasn't been great for him lately, but he's still out there trying to make a living before the world ends. But he's kind of niche. He only has bags of 6 movies by the same actress, and you can only carry one.
Weird guy.
Yeah, weird guy. Just run along with me, okay? Okay, so I wanted to keep it kind of fandom. So we got Gwyneth Paltrow, Iron Man 1 and 2, 7, Shallow Hal, Talented Mr. Ripley, and Shakespeare in Love. I know I haven't seen that movie either, but you never know. You might be up for some Shakespeare one day. And then you have Jennifer Lawrence, X-Men First Class, and Apocalypse.
First claps. Was that the rated R version?
It's like an STD. You're not getting Days of Future Past though. You're getting Apocalypse, and then you get the first Hunger Games.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you
said
no, you
No
First
Days
Class
of
and
Future
Apocalypse.
Past. Okay. God. This guy sucks.
I know. Well, then it's too easy. Hunger Games, No Hard Feelings, Don't Look Up, American Hustle, and then you have the last Emma Stone. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. Superbad, Zombieland, Poor Things, and La La Land. I know the last two not down our alley, but so we have Gwyneth Paltrow with Iron Man, 7, Shallow Hal, Jennifer Lawrence, X-Men, Hunger Games, Emma Stone, Amazing Spider-Man, Superbad, Zombieland.
I am definitely going Gwyneth Paltrow because the Iron Man's, but 7 is fantastic, and I even love Shallow Hal. Yeah, it's great.
Hal's great.
Someone's eating my clan's casino. Yeah, that's a solid lineup.
Damn, dude. I was going to say Gwyneth's out, but JD just made some pretty solid points because 7 is really good. It's just, I don't think of Gwyneth when I think of Iron Man and 7.
Right.
but
Yeah.
but it's a part of the list, so that's
She's
all
in
that
the movie.
matters. But man, American Hustle is really good. If it was Days of Future Past, I'd go with her. I haven't seen the comedy. Yeah, I guess I'll go with Gwyneth, too. Tony Stark, 7, Jack Black, not bad.
I guess I'll go with Jennifer Lawrence to switch it up, because I do like Hunger Games and No Hard Feelings. Pretty good movies. And you get a little X-Men action.
Was No Hard
That's the one
Feelings
where
the one with what's his name from Top Gun? Like I'm always good, Maverick. That guy wasn't that No Hard Feelings? I'm thinking of that other one.
That's Anyone But You or something with Sydney Sweeney.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a different
Oh no, it's not a rom-com. It's a comedy
It's
where
not?
she. No Hard Feelings.
Yeah, I thought.
I mean,
don't
no,
know.
I guess it's kind of a rom-com, but not in like the Sydney Sweeney movie
Traditional
way.
sense. Yeah.
It's where she gets hired to basically make this nerdy college kid
Wow, an
have sex for
18-year-old.
the first time, and they kind of like, but they don't end up dating in the end. They're like friends in the end, but still, it's a good story. It's pretty fun.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Sorry. And Don't Look Up, Leo, the
Yeah, I haven't
End
watched
of the World
that.
movie. It's funny. It's pretty funny.
Straight up. But American Hustle is solid. I really like American Hustle.
I've never seen that actually.
Bradley Cooper, Christian Bale,
I
Jeremy
know.
Renner. It's
I
stacked.
know. Emma Stone. Sorry. I mean, dude, Superbad and
no, you're gone.
Zombieland are two solid movies, though. I
They
love
are.
Zombieland.
And I like Amazing Spider-Man 1, but it's still not enough.
And Poor Things on La La Land. Sorry, I haven't seen either one of
zero
those.
interest in those. Yeah. All right,
Maybe someone out there though, likes those movies. Let us know.
Okay.
Jay, you had something you were gonna rip off?
I'm going to rip this one off. So this is going to be, like, literally, I think that it would be the coolest possible villain, and it only works with one specific cast. One person can play this, and it doesn't work otherwise, in my opinion. So, it's a character we have not seen yet on the big screen. Dark, scary, smart, human. The weirdness of this seems like a James Gunn thing. And let me ask you, worldwide, who's the most recognizable, popular... Actually, I'm going to skip that one for now. Which iteration of the Joker do you think, in theory, had the best chance of accomplishing his goals and defeating Batman on the live screen editions?
Heath Ledger.
Okay.
I don't even know what Jack Nicholson was trying to do except steal art and graffiti the town.
Right.
But
Right.
All right, so Heath Ledger.
There wasn't a Joker in the George Clooney, Val Kilmer era, correct?
Riddler,
Romero.
Two-Face.
Adam West.
C for Catwoman. God, dude, I love that movie so
Even
much.
Two-Face, Two-Face doesn't have a plan. He's just up to chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, I gotta go Heath Ledger too.
All right, Heath Ledger. Worldwide, who's the most popular Batman actor?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Just because of the movies and Heath Ledger.
Yeah,
Dude.
Probably Christian Bale.
Because the movies are the most critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
How sick would it be if that Joker in a universe, one, Jokerized his Batman, paying homage to the Ledger Joker legacy, and the Batman Who Laughs, played by Christian Bale, would be so sick. And then, he tried to do Gore.
Circle.
Tried to do Gore, and that didn't work out. Yeah. Give him another chance at a villain. Give him his due. Give him enough dialogue, enough screen time. And this character, I think, would be so sick. Just like the legacy that movie carries. That Batman, that Joker won. Christian Bale is the villain of the DCU as the Batman Who Laughs, a Jokerized Batman. I think that'd be so sick.
I mean, he's done crazy. He's done Patrick Bateman, American Psycho. He's done Gore again, even though they didn't let our boy shine there. I would just say it'd be a bummer that half of his face is covered because he's so good with his facial expressions when it comes to that stuff. And the Batman Who Laughs has that massive. But I'm still there for it. I think he could definitely hit that range.
It would even be cool to see Bale as Thomas Wayne in the Flash movie. If they
that'd be crazy.
Having Bale as the evil.
Yeah.
It would be super confusing though. I guess
Affleck would be a better one for that for me because he's just already such a unit, and I could see. Well, he's already killing people, so he's ready to go. But
I just think that I don't think it would work with anybody else. That familiarity and that legacy that Christian Bale has, dude. I think that'd be so sick. I can kind of see it happening.
That'd be dope.
It's a far reach, but if you had the opportunity to do that with Christian Bale, you definitely should.
Yeah, right director. Get I don't know, Sam Raimi? Probably not. Somebody else like that, though.
All right. Let's do another weird little question. So Marvel or DC, pick any of their past movies where you would have preferred the villain to win and why.
I got this one.
I
had a couple that were bouncing back and forth, and then I came upon another one, and I didn't search farther because I said, that sounds dope. So I'm going with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Wins.
Good call.
So we get his introduction as a massive threat as he defeats Wakanda, and this causes Shuri to not only have to reach out to the Avengers for help in, retaking Wakanda and saving the surface world, because the Talocan straight up said they're going for the surface world after Wakanda. So it would bring in the Avengers and everybody into this and could lead into a pretty crazy deal. And it could even lead into maybe a variant type of Illuminati introduction where instead of T'Challa and the Illuminati are dealing with stuff, you get Shuri reaching out or them reaching out being like, look, you're way out of your league here, yada, yada. But I just think that would have been a dope intro for Namor.
That one badass.
Good call. Yeah.
Like let us know that the stakes are still there after Thanos.
It'd be messed up to do that though, with the send off to T'Challa and then end it depressing. With Wakanda defeated, it'd be a bold move, but
yeah. Ooh, they could have played on his absence as the reason for their loss. That would have been intense. What do you got, Leb?
So I went with even ballsier move, and I'm throwing it out there. I need you guys to kind of help me with this. And what if Loki somehow won at the end of the first Avengers movie? Just imagine that at the end of Phase 1, the villain wins. And I was thinking it would be kind of crazy that he just takes over Earth and everyone's like brainwashed on Earth. So maybe he like takes Thor as a prisoner at the end of Avengers 1 and goes back to Asgard, and like, you have like Loki running Asgard after Avengers or something like that, where he doesn't like completely win, because that is kind of crazy to have Loki win at the first Avengers movie, like the first time they team up and lose. But like
we tried.
You know what I mean? Or maybe Ultron could be the second answer, where Ultron wins in the second one.
That was mine. That's what I said, Ultron. Yeah. Because in the comics, his big comic was it started with him winning, and it was just a fucked up world, and that's how the comic starts.
Damn.
So I play into that.
The age part of it.
Yeah. I thought, and you're like, dude, if you have Spader, man, I love that villain so much. I thought it'd been cooler maybe if you built him as a functioning, like an actual benefactor robot for a while. You have this good Ultron, and then he kind of goes a little haywire, and in the next movie, build up a little more with him. But man, Spader needs more. I really want him back. He was so good.
His voice is perfect. It's
so
amazing.
good, yeah.
The
Even
sarcasm
that man
in
needs
his
to read
voice.
an audiobook.
Right.
Needs to read one of our audiobooks soon.
He even good in The Office. He was hilarious in The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
The way-
I don't even know what he looks like. Honestly.
You don't? Oh, that
No.
it kind of adds to it. You wouldn't think of his face when you think of Ultron.
No,
but-
you never seen Blacklist?
What? That's James Spader?
Yeah, you should see him with long curly hair. You're probably looking at him balding hair, but he looked.
I've seen him in a ton of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough Turf?
Huh. It was always just that guy. You know, he's just that guy in the movie.
Yeah.
Tough turf.
The new Avengers.
Yeah, no, straight
That was crazy.
up. Dude, that's so weird.
Sorry.
All right.
So, how about this? Now, just a quick mention. What do you think there's any possibility Scarlet Witch and Cassandra Nova, any crossover there, you think, with her grand plan? I don't know. There's the No More Mutants thing. Cassandra Nova's killing 16 million genocide style. So I wonder if Scarlet Witch is going to come back. And if we had anything with Cassandra Nova and her, because they're both mutants, and we saw that they, in Deadpool and Wolverine, they're going to that Age of Ultron forest. So you never know. Could be part of her grand plan somehow. With mind control, too.
Yeah. If they go back in time, I think they kind of, unfortunately with the timing, they kind of blew past that point with Wanda now, because I feel like if she returns, it won't be as a villain arc again.
Yeah.
I think she had a redemption and she collapsed everything, so it would have to be them going back to a previous event or something like that. But that would be just a terrifying team.
Because
Oh my God.
I wonder why they're at that forest, if that is the Age of Ultron forest. Like, what if it is to get Wanda and her brother and, like, use her to do something with the mutants?
Yeah, it could be. The newest description of the movie, it already said it. It said in like the
Oh.
synopsis of the film, it says that Deadpool and Wolverine find themselves in previous events that we're familiar with between phases 1 and 3. So it straight up says like they're going to be kind of endgaming it, jumping into past events that we've already seen from phase 1 and phase 3, or phase 1 through 3. But so they definitely, there could be some Wanda deal. I don't know.
Yeah, because that seems like an Avengers Secret Wars, not them teaming up, but them facing off in the final battle or midway through the movie, where it's like Wanda versus Cassandra, and like, holy shit, this is crazy.
With her reality powers and the fact that, like, the multiverse is tearing apart, I think she's going to play a big role in Secret Wars or something. Her return's going to come with, like, she's why we won.
Right. I think so.
Right. There was that red explosion when we saw the mountain fall. They put that in there. They uploaded that image, so for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
How about here's another one that is it just slipped my mind. Oh yeah, So get this. What if we see the Red Skull again in Deadpool and Wolverine? They said crazy stuff's going to happen. And, Cap had to go return those stones at some point. And, everybody was asking if we're going to see that. I don't think we'll see that. But I think Red Skull would be a big surprise. Unlikely, but I think that'd be pretty cool if we got any. It's Red Skull, right? Yeah, yeah. The guy floating in Infinity War that had the Soul Stone.
Yeah. Yeah, he could. I don't know if I have interest in it at this point, but he could. But something you mentioned there, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Ryan Reynolds running into Cap while he's returning the stones, and it's,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Says some type of Deadpool type quote to Cap, and Cap doesn't know what the hell's going on kind of deal. I could see that being thrown in there.
Well, how about this? Over under 5% Chris Evans will be in this movie as Johnny Storm or Captain America.
Or either or.
Well,
I'll go over 5%.
So yeah, okay.
That was in my parlay episode or my bets episode. I'm pretty
Was
sure.
it?
It was
I think I put money
it was
on it.
just Captain America though, right?
For sure.
No,
It was just Johnny
No,
Storm,
it was in
I
person.
thought.
No, it was just in person. That's right.
Oh, okay.
It was just not in the footage you see from the trailer.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Or old Cap. They might even have.
over 5%. I'm taking that.
Yeah, they might even
I
have.
might show up.
It looks like the same guy.
Look here, Jack.
All right, and then another
They keep Joe Biden in a hyperbaric chamber too, like super serum.
24/7 sleep apnea mask. All right. Do you guys have any other thoughts on what the threat on the Lantern show might be? Because we heard that the Lantern show is going to introduce something that is like going towards the big DCU overall threat. Because it's been a long time since we heard that. I don't know if you guys have any ideas. I brought one that's not going to be accurate, but I thought it'd be cool. Less than the obvious ones, like obviously maybe the yellow ring of fear or some anti-life equation shit. Even though it's too early for, what's his name, Darkseid. It's too early for Darkseid again because we had the Snyder cut there. I don't know. Do you have anything else it could be?
I got no idea, only based off of maybe Annihilation deal from stuff you've said in the past. But outside of that, or the Yellow Lantern core, Sinestro core there, yeah.
I'm having a tough one with that. I have no idea what it could be. If it's the overall threat of the DC universe, I don't think it's the yellow rings, So what could they find? I don't think black rings. That led to Blackest Night, but it's way too early for that because it's based on so many like character deaths and the emotional tie to those characters. So you can't really do that as the first one when we just met all the characters.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
So one,
Zod?
yeah, right, an alien
coming back.
species. But I had a bloody smiley face. Like if they found a bloody smiley face in that one, that would mean that we're going to Doomsday Clock, which is unlikely. But then I was like, I think James Gunn would be down. It would be an Elseworlds movie, but to bring Zack Snyder back for one more movie, and that would be Doomsday Clock. Since he did Watchmen, I think he would be the one to do Doomsday Clock. Because for the listeners, Doomsday Clock is the DC universe and the Watchmen universe colliding in some interesting ways. But again, they're not gonna do a big multiversal crossover for the DCU's big main threat as the first thing, right? I hope they don't.
No.
But I think that'd be a cool.
Yeah, I guess we don't know.
Yeah, I think that the Elseworlds idea there. If
Do
it's
Batman vs Superman third movie.
oh boy. Yeah, I just can't think of what it could be.
Well, maybe we'll find out soon here.
Yes, but I do have a guess for the Batman Brave and the Bold, and I'm gonna definitely guess it's Ra's al Ghul, and I think it's too easy because Damian's coming in. We have to know his mom, which leads to knowing Ra's al Ghul, and then doing all that lore for their family history and Batman, Talia and Bruce. And Ra's al Ghul is a much more Justice League Batman kind of villain. He's not the Riddler or Hush or Mr. Freeze that you could do in Reeves' universe. It separates the two vibes. So I think I would bet money Ra's al Ghul is the main villain. And also, Liam Neeson didn't play a very comic accurate Ra's al Ghul. He's a white dude, but I mean, Ra's al Ghul is like Indian or Middle Eastern or something like that. Looks he looks like exotic, you know. He's got all this stuff. He's like a king, and he wants to save the world from like pollution and shit.
They whitewashed him.
They did. So I think a lot of reasons point to Ra's al Ghul, main villain, baby. And I'd like it too. I'd like that. I'd be all about it.
And they're not bringing Neeson back.
No.
Ra's al Ghul's like Romanian or something. Or no, I thought he was like North African or some crazy thing out there. Maybe that's just where he's from.
I think it's Middle Eastern.
I think he's Japanese.
Is he a mutt?
Yeah, he's from an Arab region. That's all, but definitely not Liam Neeson. So, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I got a couple things to throw out here. One's a super easy one, so I don't have anything to smoothly transition into DC. Or do I? No, I absolutely don't. So we're going to just rip right out of there and hop into Star Wars. So I'm curious, what's your guys' favorite lightsaber in canon and your OLI? So your absolute favorite if you got to have one, if you
The
got
hilt?
to use it. Yeah. Well, and saber and blade color combined. Yeah. All in all, what's your favorite? So like mine right off the bat, Luke's green lightsaber is my favorite. I freaking love the hilt. It looks like Obi-Wan's from Revenge of the Sith, and the green blade to it looks dope. And then you got the whole background, too, where it possibly could be Obi-Wan's hilt from Episode 3 because he literally reconstructed his lightsaber in Obi-Wan's cave in a deleted scene, and it could be Qui-Gon's kyber crystal that makes it green. So it's got a dope background to it, and I just freaking love the look of it.
That's a good one.
I was thinking...
I would say I do... Sorry, go ahead, JD.
JD, go.
We're going to go with Luke's hilt, but I'm going to go purple lightsaber. I love that purple saber, baby. Mace Windu rocks it. And I'm not
You're cheating now.
not a Windu fan, but love that lightsaber.
I would pick Anakin's if it wasn't kind of pre-sequels. I know it's pre-sequels though. That's what I'm saying. Before the sequels came out, I would have picked Anakin's because it's not like this lightsaber that Maz Kanata got and the story she was going to tell another time was never told.
Yeah.
It just, was passed down.
We can ignore all that.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with, give me Vader's. I like Vader's kind of, and that is the one that I got in Galaxy's Edge. I did kind of pick the Vader, most Vader look like I could.
Straight up. Vader's is dope. It's a classic. Yeah. Darth Maul is my OLI. I mean, the first double-sided, I mean, it's just dope. It's just not super fancy looking and stuff, but my God, I mean, that's just one of the dopest out there. But if you guys got your worst, I got Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon's both in The Phantom Menace are the worst-looking lightsabers I've ever seen in any era. They look like they're Fisher-Price. I can't stand those lightsabers.
I do like Dooku's with the little curve on it, little fancy stance.
I like that curve. My least favorite is, I want to say it's Rey's in Force Awakens. For some reason, the lightsabers didn't capture the magic for me in that at all. Ooh.
Well, she did use Phillips head screws to put it together. Somebody zoomed in on it on the props, and you could just see Phillips head screws that are going right into it.
Weird.
Don't tell Star Wars theory about that. There was a whole.
I'm pretty sure it's his page.
Bolts and screws. Yeah. And Andor.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Lub, do you have any you look at and you just go, that's garbage?
It was mostly in this doesn't really count, but in Jedi Fallen Order when it's like the wood one where it's like the forest package, like set of lightsabers you can get, and it's all like.
I kind of like that. All right. I mean,
too much
terrible.
Right?
I don't remember that. Sounds goofy. It's just like a log and a blade comes out.
It's just a log.
Yeah, very like.
Here's oak.
Very Endor-esque. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to replay it and check it out. But all right. I do have one more. Yeah, I think I just have one more. Well, maybe a third one, but it's not important. But this one I wanted to get out. So, what video game doesn't exist and probably won't, but absolutely needs to be? If that makes sense to you. Caleb, you're smiling. Do you have an answer here?
This is a game I've always thought about, actually, and I'm surprised you asked this question. And it's like, it would be Grand Theft Auto, but in your hometown. So, like, wherever you grew up, you would get a Grand Theft Auto of your own. Imagine playing
Love already
Grand Theft
knows what
Auto
he's gonna do.
Placerville. Like just going down Main Street and killing people. Like
That might actually be something for the moms out there to be like, this is a dangerous video game. Yeah, little Billy's killed his neighbor 4 times in the last 2 days. And I'm kind of worried.
he keeps going over to his high school.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this needs to be made.
I didn't think of how bad things would get.
It's GTA. I've never thought about good things.
That'd be fun though, right?
Yeah, yeah, probably having a blast. Yeah, no, it'd be dangerous, but. All right,
Okay,
JD. Oh yeah.
Revenge of the Sith remaster on PlayStation 5 or a Star Wars Clone Wars.
You're speaking to me.
A Clone Wars would be sick.
Clone Wars would be sick.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah.
Just like the best events of the Clone Wars put into a video game. Don't make like a new.
Just a
story,
bunch of missions,
retell it.
storyline through there.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick.
Could be clones, could be Jedi, could be Sith, could be bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Online, dude, online together. Like you could be Obi-Wan, you could be Anakin, I could be a clone, or Ahsoka. That'd be so sick.
Oh, like a co-op campaign
Yes.
online with each other,
Dude.
going through. That would be sick. They need to make those again.
Yeah.
I missed that. Let us play with our friends.
I know. Not just people we don't know in like Norway.
Yeah. Not allowed. JD, you got one?
One what? One more thing. I got one more thing. That it'll branch off there.
No. The video game.
Oh yeah, I'm just
'Cause I
retarded.
still haven't even given my answer.
I have. So I got one, and that's a fully rated M, The Punisher. Please, like, just that'd be sick.
Ooh.
All the weapon you could
Has
do.
there ever been a Punisher game?
I don't know.
Not
Maybe
a
on
good
like
one.
Nintendo
Max
64.
Payne.
Those games were cool. I miss those games. You just run
Max
through the
Payne,
map,
Punisher.
right? There, yeah. I have two that I would absolutely, I think, never should exist, and I'm going to tell you: the Flash. The Flash video game should never exist. I mean, how are you possibly going to do that? Another one is Green Lantern. Nah, I take that back. You could do a lot of cool stuff, but with the amount of creativity you should be able to come with, like
I
that
don't
rings
see a
power.
Green Lantern game, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying too, because like you don't have enough options and weird shit to do. But I don't know, because in the Spider-Man game, they do a good job at giving you a lot of options for your special abilities. You know, you could cycle through like
They
freaking
create
8 or 9 of
things
them.
that Spider-Man doesn't have.
Yeah, I think. But the Flash, you can never do, ever, right?
I agree. Yeah, that would be super lame. I don't know if
Unless
they've
you
tried
have-
that one, but
Yeah,
You can only like go super fast for 5 seconds at a time, then the bar drains super fast.
but then what's
that
the point of being the
Yeah.
Flash?
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got two, but one I'm not going to get into at all. But Skyrim, but instead it's just Lord of the Rings characters.
That's what I said about Elden
but-
Ring, dude.
Straight up.
Hell
That's
yeah.
yeah, that's right. I remember you mentioned that.
That'd be sick.
My main one is pretty close, but Knights of the Old Republic, modern. So modernize the way everything with Game of Thrones. Okay, so instead of having a light side and a dark side bar that's influenced by personal choices and dialogue and all that, like Knights of the Old Republic does, you have a meter of the 7 houses of Westeros. Westeros is in a battle for the throne, political and military-wise, and you're traveling through Westeros. You're, whether it's bandits or hunting to boost your stuff, you're gaining allegiances by picking sides through different events or stopping at a castle, doing something, getting them on your side for later down the line. And throughout, you're building up pretty much your own army with mercenaries or loyal houses, and by the end, you get to it, and your choices regarding what you've done through all those games will determine what side you're on during the final war that you go into. So you could be like Stark and be honorable throughout the whole game, or you could be kind of a scumbag and end up aligning with the Lannisters. But fully customizable loot, all that stuff, building your own armor and all. I just think it would be sick. I think there's a lot of stuff there that would be super fun to play through.
Yeah, dude, those Game of Thrones Telltale's games where you just get to like make decisions basically were pretty shitty. Where you're like they
I
like
never
made
played
it.
them.
I tried to play it because I thought it would be better than. But it's just like you're like this new made up house, and you're
Oh.
like basically involved in the events of like the seasons of the show. But it would be. Remember, that reminds me though. Remember Game of Thrones Conquest, Dave?
Oh, I remember.
Dude, that fucking.
I remember.
The iPhone game. Those were
Spent
some fun ass times.
So much time, and then why did I get booted out of the clan? Oh, because I went to Israel for 10 days and I couldn't attack, and I got back from
Right.
Israel and I was booted from the clan. And I had spent
It was like
hours on that game.
it's
and
like
I got
Clash of
kicked out.
Clans, but Game of Thrones basically.
Yeah,
That's
I was in
sick.
Lub's clan, and then
Dude, that
I
was
came back
such
from Israel and
A
was just
fun like 5
gone.
months.
All my money was gone. House is
Dude.
dead. Just like, all right, I guess I'm not playing this game anymore. What the hell?
People would ask where the Batman guy is in
Oh,
the chat, and then I would text Dave and be like, Dave, you got to get on there asking for you, and then he would come in impersonating Batman and Olivia Batman quotes.
I forgot. I full on role played in that. I was Batman for a bit, and yeah, I would only speak in movie quotes to back to people. People get pissed, and then eventually, I was Darth David or whatever it was, and I would straight up. I would cause drama and be like bringing people to the dark side and getting people. Dude, people were getting pissed. Like I was full on leaning into that. I had so
Oh
much.
my
I had more
God.
fun with the chat than the actual game.
That's
Actually,
hilarious.
I
Yeah,
totally
that was
forgot
the
about
best
that.
part.
Oh, good times. Good times. Anyways,
Dude, and dude, people spent like thousands of dollars on that game.
Like, weekly.
It's insane
like, yeah,
because you had to pay to get like to the best stats.
yeah, I couldn't keep up.
You know, it'd be a cool game is Fantastic Four. If they have the creators of Spider-Man on that, and you could pick your teammate, and like the other three are with you regardless, and you could do those powers, that'd be fun.
That'd be dope.
Oh, V for Vendetta, but more of like a Splinter Cell style with your little blades, like a running around stopping corruption in your city. I think that'd be sick.
I like that.
We're good. Let's move on. I got one more thing, or kind of two half things. So we got this Siege event. You know, we've been saying that the MCU looking like they're going towards that because in the comics, Thor brought Asgard to Earth, and that caused problems with superhero registration after the Civil War. So the heroes or whoever was in charge had to go stop Thor, get Asgardians off of Earth, and sure enough, in the MCU, we got Asgard is on Earth right now. The president in Secret Invasion said that all non-human aliens are considered enemies and will be treated as such. Asgard, right there. So that immediately says that the president says they're the enemy. And the fact that the Sentry is confirmed to be in Thunderbolts, that's bringing us closer to Siege, I think. I mean, closer and closer. Sentry was a big deal in Siege. The Thunderbolts themselves, that team was the one who went and attacked Asgard. You know, so this is a Thunderbolts movie, and you got Sentry. And who the hell's going to fight Sentry if not a Thor or an Asgardian? You know, so now I'm starting to think that we're going to see Asgard and the Thunderbolts, or the new Asgard and the Thunderbolts. Plenty of those Asgardians can fight Sentry. What's her name in Ragnarok got introduced?
She doesn't have an arm anymore. Oh, and Ragnarok, Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yeah. You know, we got Valkyrie. Yeah. No one's fighting Sentry, dude, unless
you meant Sif.
you're oh yeah, maybe your arm is in Valhalla.
Well, I mean, Captain Marvel can fight Sentry.
True. I just don't see her being in the Thunderbolts movie. I'd be sick if she is, though. Bring her closer to Earth. Like, she hasn't been as significant at all.
I'd see her. She'd be more likely than Thor in Thunderbolts.
I agree. I agree.
She's
I don't
around.
think we'll see Thor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's
Asgardians,
a good point.
Valkyrie maybe. But another thing with
Sick though.
Yeah, with Siege, it was Norman Osborn was in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D., so he was leading the charge against the Asgardians, and he wore Tony Stark's Iron Man suit, because when he got appointed director of S.H.I.E.L.D., he got access to the whole armory. Do you think that is a possibility in the MCU? And who would wear the armory? Because, like, the suits are there somewhere, right? Probably S.H.I.E.L.D. property, maybe?
You'd think.
That would be a... Like, in an Avengers Kang Dynasty, you see Iron Man armor pull up and, like, do
It's
some
not
crazy
him.
shit, and then it's not him, and everyone's just like, oh.
That would be sick.
That would be
Well,
a good little
That
twist.
would be cool.
So he had the Iron Patriot suit
Yeah.
in Reign, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember where the last place we saw that was, other than Iron Man 3, I guess. Oh, well, I think Rhodey just painted it. I think he's still wearing it. He just painted it to whatever. I don't know. I don't know where the hell it is.
Because it's
but-
gray again,
Star
and
Wars.
he was gray again in Endgame, right? It's like a dark gray suit again.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
If
Maybe
Armor
Justin
Wars
Hammer.
ever comes
And
out,
Armor
I
Wars,
imagine
yeah.
we'll see a Iron Man suit.
I thought they
hope so.
can't.
Will.
I think they're. I don't know. I thought they were canceling Armor Wars. I could be wrong. Because I have
They've
no.
canceled it and then said it's coming out like 5 times now. So yeah, I don't know.
It's a movie. It's a show. It's a movie
Right.
special show movie.
Right. I just don't know who would wear the armor in this MCU. So, oh no, I'm like it's taking notes as I'm speaking. I don't see anyone in the MCU wearing the armor. You know, sure as hell not Ross. What if it's Valentina? No. So I don't think they're going to go that direction. But I do see Asgard showing up. New Asgard showing up in Thunderbolts.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I got for topics. So if you guys got anything,
I am good to go, sir.
for sure. All right. Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of Why So Sidious. Again, Why So Sidious Pod is our @ TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and yeah, just check out our Week in Geeks coming out, nerd news. And we'll see you next time. Don't forget to always stay sweaty. See, I gotta pull that off better. I forget about it.